You're not going to believe this, guys. The government just got hit with a really big inquiry. This is big news. Guess what? They've actually lied to you. It's all being exposed now. They promised to fix the housing crisis, but they haven't. They actually said they were going to deliver affordable homes. So where are they? There's none there. They promised hope to Aussies who just want a roof over their head. So many people heard what was happening, thought, hey, relief's coming. It's just not here. And what did they do instead? They've done absolutely nothing. Now, this new investigation has just revealed, after almost 4 years of promises and PR campaigns and interviews with the media, the government's $10 billion Housing Australia Future Fund, this is the one Albo called his personal mission, has actually delivered almost nothing. Remember Albo saying, I grew up in Housing Commission, everyone deserves a home? Well, where has it actually got us, guys? Okay, it was a big PR campaign, guys. They sold it to us like this. It was the answer to the housing crisis. They were going to solve the whole thing, fix the whole thing. They actually said that it was going to build 40,000 homes for low-income Aussies. Where are they? We literally don't have any. They've been caught wasting billions and building next to none. The worst part is this, they actually knew this was coming. I honestly believe these are smart people that knew this couldn't be done. They knew they couldn't deliver, so what did they do? They actually distracted you and the community, all of us, with another shiny policy giving us hope, another headline. So let me show you exactly how they've scammed us. Every single Aussie's been scammed into believing they're fixing this crisis when in reality, they've actually made it worse. Let's start with what this fund actually is, because most Aussies have never heard of it. This is the Housing Australia Future Fund, or HAFF. This fund was meant to be the government's big fix for their housing crisis. Here's how it was supposed to work, okay? The government would put 10 billion, a lot of money, into an investment fund. Basically, it's like a super fund and they wanted to get a return. Now, with the return from those funds, the profits from those funds, they wanted to use that money to build new affordable and social homes every single year. The plan was to build 30 to 40,000 homes over 5 years for people on low incomes, essential workers and families struggling to pay rent. It sounded really smart on paper, okay? Instead of spending the 10 billion directly, they'd invest it, okay? Because if you spend 10 billion, you can't actually build a whole lot of homes. But if you invest the 10 billion, then over time, there's a constant drip of money that can come over 10, 20 years. So in theory, it sounded good. So they'd get those returns and use that money to keep building for decades, okay? It was sold as a future-proof solution, the thing that would finally make housing affordable again. And for Anthony Albanese, it was personal. He said, I grew up in public housing. I know what it means to have a home. He promised that this fund would give tens of thousands of Aussies the same stability. That's why this matters, because for a lot of people, renters, single parents, young families, this wasn't just another policy. It was actually hope. I had people writing in, DMing me on social media, saying, how is all this going to work? When can I access this? What's actually going on? It was the promise that finally the government was going to do something real about affordability. I have to be honest, guys, I was even excited. But now, after 2 years, we're seeing the truth. The fund hasn't delivered what it promised, not even close. I mean, the results are worse than what I thought. I mean, I knew they wouldn't get the 40, 50,000. Could we get 10,000, 20,000? I was very, very hopeful. Now, nearly 2 years later, the HAFF has barely delivered a thing. According to Treasury, only around, this is a pathetic number, guys, 500 homes have been delivered. The most of those weren't even built by the fund. They were already completed by private developers. The government just, jumped in and sort of took credit for those. So that wasn't new supply, helping with the supply crisis. They were just there, and it's just kind of like a bit of a PR marketing thing. So not only are they failing to build, they're trying to spin it like they're succeeding. It's basically a smoke and mirrors campaign. Here's the part that should make every taxpayer furious. When they launched this fund, the government said each affordable home would cost about $250,000 in taxpayer support. The real number, it's actually now over $750,000 per home, and in some cases, more than $1 million each. That's 3 times what they promised, and still hardly any homes are being built. So where's the money going? That's the question. Even the Australian National Audit Office now wants answers. Where's this $10 billion, guys? Where are the returns? Where are the money? What's going on? They have launched a 9-month investigation into whether the Treasury even knows how to run this fund. 2 years in, no results, ballooning costs, and an audit just to figure out what went wrong. Guys, this is not $100 of money spent on the weekend. This is $10 billion of taxpayers' money. Now let's talk about the bigger picture, the national housing target, okay? Because it's all leading up to this, and this is why the market is so on fire right now, and the prices are becoming even more unaffordable for low-income Aussies. Albo promised 1.2 million new homes by 2029. Sounds great, but in just the first year, they've already missed the target by 66,000 homes. That's 66,000 families, real people who were told they'd get a place to live and got nothing. And experts say it's going to get worse because the labor shortages, expensive materials, council red tape, green tape, the government simply can't build fast enough. The supply gap is widening. It's not closing. The crisis is actually getting worse. That's what they're failing to put in their headlines right now. And while all of this was happening, they quietly launched the 5% deposit scheme. Sounded good on paper to help first home buyers get into the market. But in fact, what it has done has driven the cost of first home buyer homes, homes in that affordable range, 5, 10, even 15% price growth we are seeing building up in those affordable zones. If there aren't enough homes and you make it easier for more people to buy, what's actually going to happen? Prices are going up. We're seeing it right now. This isn't helping first home buyers. It's sending them into bidding wars, forcing them into record debt and pushing prices even higher. Remember, this means people have to take out a 95% loan, more debt, higher repayments. So Albo's not fixing the system, he's actually feeding the fire. So while everyone's distracted by the shiny headlines, the real crisis, housing supply, this is being ignored. I simply don't see any policies there to fix this. And now, with the inquiry underway, it's all coming to light. The fund isn't delivering, costs are exploding, and the government is spinning numbers to cover up the failure. This is what worries me the most. If a $10 billion promise can collapse that quickly, what else are they hiding? And if this is their idea of fixing housing, what hope does the average Aussie actually have? So now, you tell me, do you think the government actually wants to fix the housing crisis? I read all the comments here, guys. Drop me a comment, let me know what you think. Or are they just buying time with new headlines and new promises? Because from where I'm sitting, it actually looks like they've lied, they've failed, and they've distracted Aussies at every turn. Drop a comment below. I want to hear what you think. Do you still believe the government's promises? Or do you think housing affordability in Australia is the biggest scam of our generation? Because right now, that's actually how it feels for many Australians out there. This is your daily property update, your 3 to 6 minute update every single day so that you can become a property insider and know what's happening in the property market so you can make the right moves as a successful investor. Make sure you subscribe, stay up to date. See you guys at the next video. I did a bigger look at this scheme in another video. To get more information about this scheme, click this link, check out this video now.